Good morning, Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. We hope you're having a great day. Wow, the most frustrating thing any visitor, foreigner, expat, whatever, coming to the Philippines and even adapting to the Philippines is going to experience. And you're going to be shocked because we don't see blogs about this, but it is so true. Let's talk about it.
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
There are obviously, you can see all of the blogs out there and people that complain about everything, from the littlest thing to the biggest thing. And for some people, complaining is just a way of getting views. For other people, it's legitimate. It really pisses them off. There's just all kinds of stuff to that. But this is something that just frustrates the crap out of you. It really does. And there's no end to it. It is something you have to adapt to. You can't change it. It's not going to change anytime soon. And it is just a problem that you would never recognize. Let me just briefly say, hey, if you appreciate the effort, if you appreciate the information, the satire, the funny stuff, the real stuff, all right, please do subscribe and hit the thumbs up. That's the least expensive, easiest way to show your appreciation and supporting the channel. We really appreciate it. Secondly, if you'd like to financially donate, well, you know something, every penny counts. We'll use it in something that we do for the channel. All right. You've got the QR code for Buy Me a Coffee up there. You can buy Arlen and I coffee, or you can just simply send us a super chat. Either way, we appreciate that as well. Enough e-begging, okay? Now, what is it that really frustrates the shit out of you? This is what it is, right here. Okay? And it's not your phone. It's the entire system. And it's not a phone, okay? It's not the phone itself. It's the entire piece of communication that entails this. And let's just go a couple of steps. Let me explain. I know you're going to think, oh, no, this is bullshit, blah, 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 blah. It's not. Every one of you is going to rely on this. Okay? It's that simple. First off, most of us come from countries where we pay a annual or monthly service for unlimited data and text and voice. Okay, great. You're not going to get that. Well, you could get it here if you. There are certainly those plans are available. Okay, but you're going to have to buy a load. All right. So you're going to learn to buy a load that matches the SIM card. All right, that you're going to be using, unless you're here for a short period of time and you're on international roaming. So you're going to buy, we know people, they buy loads for data, they buy loads for texting, and load, multiple combinations of cell and load. Okay, fine. So now you know what load is, and most of you are already aware of that. So you see, that's easy enough. It's not hard to do. Well, here's the problems that you are going to encounter. Beyond the skin tax, beyond the lines, beyond the people that jump in front of you in line because you're a foreigner, beyond the part of the fact that you can't really open your mouth about it, is that the entire communication line from this phone onto this screen, all right, is screwed. I'm trying to keep my language a little bit nice now. And here's what I mean. You rely on your load. You know, living in the U.S., I could pick up my phone. I'd have Pizza Hut or Domino's or whatever in my contacts. I give them a call. I place an order. They show up. I pay them. Okay? I have a problem with something. I call the store. I talk to them. They figure it out. I want to check and see what's in stock. Like I'm going to go like say, hey, you know what? I want to go to Best Buy and pick up something. I check and see, is it in stock? I pick up the phone. I call them. Well, here, that's a whole different story. You can do all kinds of different things. I mean, but you're going to have several apps that are going to sort of replace what you previously did. And this is where the problems start to come in. You're going to have Gcash. If you're here for any length of time, you're going to need Gcash. We use Gcash a lot. And the reason is because I'm not going to use my credit card on most stuff that we buy online. Anything that we buy online, to be honest with you. I'm just not going to do it. All right. We use credit card when I buy a high ticket item and I want that safety and security of saying either fix it or I'll cancel the charge, which I did. Remember, for those of you that may have seen the videos about the Pocket 3, and it worked perfectly. And I love my Pocket 3. But online, we don't ever give out our credit card. Ever, ever, ever. So Gcash, okay? You're going to use Grab. Grab is a food delivery service like Dash Diner or what, I can't, the food delivery services, okay? You may use PayMaya, all right, to pay your electric bills, some of which can be paid, you can pay some bills on Grab, but you may use PayMaya for others, okay? That's all Dan. But if you're a tourist, you're still going to need Grab, all right, because you may want to get a Grab car. You may want to do this. Well, here's what happens, okay? In your phone, you are going to go looking for stuff. And it's going to take you to this information about a place. In the Philippines, they don't update shit. I can tell you right now that 50% of all the information that you're going to get over your phone is old, outdated, or incorrect. And then just learning how to call. Most of these people don't even have, most of these businesses do not even have a landline. Okay? One of our favorite restaurants, this happened before. They started a business, they did well. We would text information because not everything's available on Grab. And we'd say, hey, you know what? I want this, this, and this. And they would say, okay. And they'd bring it and we'd pay for it. Great. Oh, family business. And it was started with Susie's cell phone. Yeah. Well, Susie don't work here anymore. And she took her cell phone with her, of course. I can text Susie. She's not even going to reply that, I don't work there anymore. Nah, You have no way to get in touch with them until you go back down there again. Trying to text a restaurant and say, hey, you know what? I'm over at my buddy's house, and on my way back home, I want to stop by and pick up, some wings. Nah, can't do that with Grab. Grab is delivery only. The information that you're going to get on your phone, on the internet, about businesses, phone numbers, all of that, it's wrong more than half the time. It is so frustrating. And frustration is an issue of time. I don't mind being lazy. That's, it's kind of fun sometimes. But when I want to get something done, I want to get it done. Have you ever, you know what? There are entire cities whose infrastructure of communication is on Facebook. And all of that is incorrect. You can't get a reply. You can't figure this out. You can't figure that out. All right. There are just all kinds of problems. Your phone is not like where you came from in most instances. In most instances, tourists, visitors, people that are moving here, they're coming from first world areas, and this is just not there yet. Nobody deletes old web pages. All of this web page hosting is like free stuff for many of these businesses. I mean, you can try and pick up stuff and you can call them and it just doesn't work. Then you got to figure out how to call them. Is it all 9 digits? Is it just 3? Do I put the 0 in front of it? It kind of depends on the number itself. You got to figure that out. It's a frustration level. The entire ordeal will take you 6 months to adapt, and you will still have issues. Gcash. You know something? Some of these websites, and Gcash and Cebu Pacific are two that we have to deal with incessantly like this. If you can have enough of a cell phone signal to get to their app, all right, or to get into their area. But when you go to finalize that transaction, okay, if your cell signal or your data signal isn't strong enough on Cebu Pacific, it kicks you out. Same thing with Gcash. I cannot tell you how many times we have done XYZ on Gcash, and then all of a sudden you just cannot communicate with them. All right? Your signal is bad. In the mall, so many dead spots. Your cell phone is not going to work everywhere like it did where you come from. It's just not going to happen. All right? And when Gcash kicks your ass out, it says you're locked out. It's worried about data breach, money breach, whatever. It can take days for them to unlock and give you access to your money again and unlock your account. So in the meantime, you're kind of screwed. Your phone is going to be the absolute problem of a point of frustration. Trust me. It's not going to be the girlfriend that screwed you over. All right. That only happens every month or two. It's not going to be the neighbors and roosters. It's not going to be the skin tax from the trike driver. It's not going to be that. Those are all granted, and you can deal with that stuff, and it happens. But when it comes to being able to communicate, and when it comes to sitting there and not wasting your damn time, your phone, that's going to be the biggest level of frustration you will face. It'll be immediate. It's going to start from hour 1 after you step off that plane, and it's going to be there until you learn how to navigate around it. All right. And in some cases, it's going to be there until you just say, there are parts of this I cannot change. So, what are your thoughts? What are your experiences? Have you had problems as well? What about it? Comment below and let us know. Otherwise, please have a great day. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and be safe.